Let's take a look at a very simple code that involves a sprite changing costume and the stage changing the backdrop, as well as the sprite moving. And with an additional bonus, I'll show you how to create the costume for the sprite. So we first want to start with an event block. And so this event block will happen when the sprite is clicked, and we'll make sure that the backdrop starts with concert. We'll give a little pause. They'll put the hat on, and then they'll wait a second before they move across the stage. If you don't include these wait or the time buttons as part of your script, the codes will move so quickly that you may miss some of these positions. So just using a wait can slow things down if you're finding that everything is moving quite quickly. And you'll notice that with these last three parts of our script is that they'll happen very instantaneously. Let's take a look. And as our action is taking place in our project page, you'll also notice that our script box turned yellow around it. And that just lets you know which script box is being followed. And this is important if you have multiple scripts going on at the same time. You can see which one is being used. So if you need to troubleshoot or debug, that's how you would find it. And then the yellow highlighting has stopped. And so that has meant that our code is finished. And that's where we ended up. Let's take a look at how you can customize costumes within the program itself. So it's very similar to Google Drawing if you're familiar with that. It has all of the same tools. And here you can see where I created the hat. And you can also create another costume. So we can choose something from here. Maybe we want to involve an apple. So that apple could just appear, maybe a horse, or, oh, how about a unicorn? Very fairy tale-like. And again, you can keep all of them here just in your palette if you want to choose, or you can delete any that you don't like. And so we'll go back to our sprite costume, go back to the code. So we've got, now let's have our sprite change into the unicorn costume. There we go. So now we'll try this again. I think we have a little bit of a bug in it. Let's do costume 1. Let's give that a try. Okay, let's do our switch costume. Just make sure, oops, that we have no hat. We'll stop it. Oh, it's already stopped. There we go. And now our code should work fine. Now again, we can also add in a bit of a wait. So we'll go into control. Perhaps we don't want him to turn into a unicorn right away. Let's try 1 second and see what happens. There we go. That's working fine. Whoop. And again, you can choose to go into some motion, and perhaps you want to have it glide. Let's do 4 seconds, and let's choose maybe, oops, and this is where we can just stop the code. We'll pull this off, and we want him to come up somewhere around there. Okay, so we'll do that glide. We're going to have to change that one. This is where it's going to finish. We'll do it 4. Okay, and let's go back to the beginning. And my guess is we'll have to move the sprite back into spot. There we go. And there you can see it doesn't always have to glide. We can even do a little bit of an adjustment there. And of course, every time we touch the sprite, he's going to move into that spot. It can be a lot of fun to play with. Just by changing a few variables, you can change how that code is working. To learn more about joining Scratch as an individual user and as an educator, go on to the next video.